What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you are watching TWA Motorsports, and today we are loading up the trailer. We are going to pick up another vehicle. Now, I told you guys about this in the last video. That's some pretty crappy weather. It's starting to melt though. So what I need to do right now is I'm getting ready to hook up the trailer because it does require being trailered, and you guys will see why later on. But I'm going to attempt to take you on the purchase of this thing. I generally don't do that. I just show up, I kind of talk about it. But in this video, I'm going to take you along for the ride. But the first thing I need to do is I need to find a way to weed through all this mess and get air in my helper bags, because anytime we put something on the trailer, I like to have air in those bags. Let's see if I can find my deal to air it up. Maybe it's over there. Oh, here it is. Comes in super handy to air things up. Let's get some air. I generally put about 90 pounds in the bags when I'm hauling something. The problem is, or could be, getting this hose out here with everything crammed up in the shop the way it is without scratching anything. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Anyway, then I gotta hook up the trailer, then I gotta get the straps, then I gotta load, I gotta load all kinds of stuff. Anyway, let's get some air in these bags. I think I got enough hose here. For those of you that don't know where I put my air inflator, I wish I had a electric one, to be honest with you, but this is where I put it. What's it got in it right now? Probably nothing with this weather. Oh, 30 pounds. Let's put 90 in it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's raising it up. There's 50. It's quiet. There's 70. Really like to get to 90. I'm gonna have to go turn my compressor on. 80, come on. That may be all that's in the compressor, guys. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to turn it on. Now let's see if we can line up the trailer. I'm hoping some of the snow melts before I get back. We've got like a 50, I think it's about 50 today. It's supposed to be about 51. Boy, guys, backup cameras are amazing, aren't they? Look at this. Let's try to, oh, I missed. I try to keep my trailer over here out of the way, but I wish I had a better spot to put it, to be honest with you. I think I got it. That'll work. Well, I'm out of breath, but we're locked and loaded. I need a block to set this on. When I put 90 pounds in, the problem is my air hose isn't long enough to put the air in the bags after I hook the trailer up. But when I put air in the bags before, very, very close to me getting that on there and getting it seated. So I need to probably put a block of wood under that when we get back. Let's get on the road. I'm gonna go see who's gonna go with me. Not 100% sure. I don't think Dana's going, but I think Cam may be. Okay, I recruited 3. Cam's back here, ready to rock. We're just waiting on Cohen to get in. So, just the boys today. We're gonna get on the road. I may show you guys some of the journey. It's a pretty good drive. It's about, well, it's just a hair under 3 hours one way to get to this thing. So let's get on the road. I'm not gonna give you guys a tour. I had to stop and get a jump box from the shop, but this is the shop that I purchased, if you guys are wondering. Now, I don't know, down the road we may take a tour of this place, but like I said, I needed a jump box because I didn't have time to charge the trailer batteries. I just want to make sure that we don't have any issues. But got a nice little waiting room, got a pretty good sized shop, as you can see. 7 lifts total, but this is the thing that I need, this jump box. And like I said, let me know in the comments, guys, if you want to see more on this place down the road. This is my new Monday through Friday 8 to 5 since I bought this place, and actually those hours are not correct. I'm here a lot longer than that, but just wanted to show you guys while I was here getting the jump box. But Mainly what we do here is just general maintenance. You know, we do some transmission stuff, engine replacement, stuff like that. We do not do anything like what you see on the channel. Okay, so I don't do any, you're not gonna see me wire wheeling bolts and stuff here. It's just not, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's get back on the road. This is relatively close to my house too. It's only about 15 minutes, which is nice as far as the commute goes. Let's get back on the road. Okay, after 3 hours of driving, let's go take a look at what we found here. Hey, puppies. We made it.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Kind of mushy.
Yeah.
Kind of mushy.
We're supposed to have a good week this week. Got some of this stuff up.
I'm Travis.
Trent.
Nice to meet you. Well, am I in the way?
No, I can drive around. You ain't gonna do it.
Cool. Well, let's see this thing.
Yeah, I got around back there. You had a pretty rough week last week?
That's gross. Yeah, I mean, we probably got 8 inches, but the drifts were pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably got 4 or 5 around here. Just enough to make a message.
Yeah. We'll make it fun loading it.
Yeah, I could go out. I might face you downhill, make it easier or something.
Yeah. It probably would be a little easier.
I got everything that's mine out of it. It's got a pile of receipts from O'Reilly's and
Yeah.
a little bit of paperwork on the motor and stuff, just some things I've done to it.
That's a different. Did you do that?
I did do that, yeah. Swapping fuel pumps out.
It's probably easier to do it that way, I guess.
Yeah.
So, 6 liter on 3. What else?
4L80.
4L80.
True track carrier on the rear end.
Okay.
Limited slip quality. Air mode fuel regulator. It's got an MSD 2-step. Got a couple gauges in it.
Okay.
Not much. It's kind of a experimental, doing it for the experience type of thing. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's a solid truck. I like the truck. These are my favorite body style. These 99 02s.
I do too. I think the Cat Eye is the best looking one.
But what I liked about it, it's LS body. It's got all the power windows and locks, overhead console and stuff.
Right.
No rust.
Was it a 4-wheel drive and you made it a 2-wheel drive?
Yeah, as he said, in one truck originally. It was all jacked up, and you know how they sit.
Yeah. Did you lower it, I guess?
Yeah, I just dropped the torsion keys up front and did shackles and different hangers on the leaf springs in the back. Got a little bit lower, looking better.
Yeah.
I've done some door hinges on it and stuff. Just tried to make it a pretty solid truck to have and hop in it and still be able to use it some too. It rides good, go straight down the highway and stuff.
Yeah.
I've had my fun with it, but
Well,
life's going a different direction. I'm kind of tired of putting money into it.
Right. Will that not fit behind the headlight? Won't will it?
Well, what it run into right there, it did. You know, I had the grill on it and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it just had the stock single core radiator. It was a little bit thinner and a mechanical fan.
Ah.
So I was having trouble keeping the temperatures down unless I was moving.
I gotcha.
Stayed moving, wasn't no big deal. Hit a stoplight or something, it'd start creeping up.
Gotcha.
So just precautionary, I went to the salvage yard and got a bigger radiator and dual set of fans for it, and it's like a stock truck now.
Gotcha.
Ain't got no problems with staying cool.
So you run a regulator too?
Yeah, you know, I don't think you really had to.
Right.
I had it all boost reference,
Mhm.
you know, so whenever it's making boost, it's cranking the pressure up on this.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy had remote tuning it. It's like, man, he said, everything looks right on my end, but it's fat. And I said, yeah, it sounds fat. You get under boost, it just gets rich.
Right.
I got to thinking, you know, how much is this coming up per pound of boost? And it's 10 psi per pound. I've been running it between like, you know, 10 and 12 psi on the boost.
Right.
So it's, you know, it's just cranking some fuel pressure to it.
Right.
Well, I took my boost reference off and just, you know, set it at probably 50 pounds and put the fuel pump in it that came with the turbo kit. And yeah, I ain't had no problems out of it since. Sounds good, runs good.
Nice.
Yeah. Originally, you know, the Z71 aspect of it, and I thought, cool, I'll get this thing on the ground and
Right.
all-wheel drive truck, have some fun with it, yeah.
Right.
But the transfer case was shelled on it when I got it, and I had one of these 3/4 ton vans out here with a 2-wheel drive 80, and it's nothing but an adapter harness to make that work.
Right. So then did you do that with HP tuners, I guess? You did like a segment swap?
Yeah.
To make a...
Yeah, I've got HP tuners for this, the data link and the computer and everything, but as far as actually tuning it, I had a guy at Texas.
That's the way I do it. I have a guy that remote tunes for me because I'm not a tuner. I'm a lot of, like, it doesn't bother me to put all this stuff on, but I'm not a tuner.
Sure, yeah.
I can enough to be dangerous. Let's put it that way.
Right. I know enough to mess some stuff up.
Right.
No, I mean, I bumped the idle up on it here and there or something. I never really got into it too much.
Right.
Mainly using it for the diagnostics.
Right.
Yeah, it's Pat Garrison, I believe, out of Texas that did remote tuning, and that's not a bad way to go. It's a little bit time consuming.
Right.
Go do your runs.
Well, we've done that. We did that with his Corvette, and I tell you, it made me a nervous wreck because it was a street tune deal, and to get to the RPM we needed, we were running some pretty good mile an hour.
Yeah, I hear you.
On the street, I'm like, I don't like this.
Those first couple test runs made me nervous, you know, because it's got a stock tune, and I tried to not put any boost on it at all until we got things straightened out, and then everything went pretty good.
Yeah. Does it have a converter in it? Like what converter?
No, it's got
just stock.
Yeah, stock stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that worked good with that cam?
Yeah, worked pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit jerky at idle, but it's not bad. There's not a lot of over/under speed on it, so it's not super choppy sitting there in gear.
Gotcha.
Idling in park or neutral sounds good.
Right.
Right, but it's not. It's
cool.
I put that 80 in there, like I said, just kind of testing stuff, getting a feel for everything, and it's lived for. I've had it since 2021.
Okay.
Kind of in and out with it. I had the stock motor, but you put the turbo kit on it. Wasn't tuned good enough, broke piston. So out come the motor and all forged internals and head studs, and billet oil galley plug, high volume oil pump. I mean,
did you do all new gaskets when you did the
all
new rear
gaskets,
main?
Yeah, I've done everything for it. I had a.
Because I'm debating on whether I'm going to fix it, because I've got an 80 setting.
Yeah.
2-wheel drive, or put it in another vehicle. So I don't know yet.
Well, I mean that engine's built. I really wanted to put on E85. And get some good numbers out of it, and the engine's built for it. I mean, I'm sure you're pretty LS savvy.
Yeah.
Got some pretty alright bottom ends with a decent tune, but it's pretty bulletproof. I had a local racing shop. He did everything for it. All the bearings, cam and crank bearings, balanced everything.
Pump? Is it just a single 340 or something?
On what?
On the fuel pump?
Yeah, it's whatever come with the turbo kit. I'd have to go back and look.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Probably a 255 or something.
Yeah. I just went through and
cool.
kind of picked out all the good stuff I needed.
Well, start her up. Let's hear it.
It's got a couple sets of keys with it. And like I said, all the receipts and everything's in the console.
What do you think? So we bought the thing. Guys, it is a muddy mess out here. I always like to check the straps when I'm like a few miles down the road, so that's what I'm doing. Look at the mess made on the trailer. And we got a nice little drive home, several hours. So I always check them when we stop. Oh, see? Oh, goodness. But all in all, guys, I think it's a good purchase. We'll talk a little more about it when we get home in the shop. I'm not going to put it in the shop, but maybe we'll get it unloaded tonight, hopefully, if it's not too dark. Made it home. You can see, golly guys, the ground is so nasty when the winter hits. Makes a wreck. But anyway, just got the trailer unloaded. Got it sitting over here. I'm gonna take it up the road. See if it at least drives up the road. I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Dome light doesn't work. Piece of junk. I had Cohen pull it off the trailer. We were letting there setting it run, and I got to thinking he manually hooked up the fans. That's the fan switch. Yeah. Who knows?
When you're in reverse,
Yeah.
she says neutral.
Oh, okay.
It still works though. And vice versa. A little hard to use.
Holy smokes.
You got that on.
What'd you do? It's off now.
I thought you had it on.
I don't know. I just want to see if it shifts into second. You know, he said that it doesn't. I think he said that it drives normal. Guys, it's pitch black, so this video probably is sucking. Feels like it's got a locking differential. I feel like that's second gear right there. Maybe not. Yeah, there's second. Didn't sound great. Sounds like a turbo. Okay, well, look. I'd like to take you guys on a better ride in the daytime. We'll pull it back up by the shop. We'll talk about what our plans are. It makes some turbo noises, that's for sure. Like I said, I'd rather take it out in the daytime. He sawed the lights off. We're going to talk about it a little more in an upcoming video, but what's the plan for it? Like, why did you buy this? How does this make sense? Like, you have all these projects, right? Well, it doesn't. None of the stuff I do makes sense, nor will it probably ever make sense to anybody, but I will tell you that here was my ultimate plan. I thought, since this is a forged 6-liter, on 3 turbo kit, super nice guy, by the way. I didn't even say that. I know I cut it kind of short after we talked to him and we just loaded it up and got on the road. But the plan is pull that motor and pull the motor, get a good transmission, put it in the Tahoe. Tell me what you guys think of that. The other option is I do have a good 4L80 in here with a good converter. I could stab it in and get this thing running, but the other option for this truck was to use it at work. I have a Dodge like runaround truck at work and it's an absolute turd. I'd rather have a Chevy. And so I thought maybe I could have the guys at work, after I take this motor out, maybe put new lifters in it and then just swap that over to it, you know, and just have a good driving truck that we don't care to beat up or throw stuff in the bed in. So that was kind of the 2 plans that I had. Now, will that change? Who knows? But kind of exciting. So like I said, stay tuned for a future video, guys, when we actually maybe have some daylight. We'll go over some of the stuff that's on this truck and maybe some plans, or maybe even start tearing into it, whether that be fixing the transmission or pulling all that stuff out and getting it ready to swap over to the Tahoe. But if you did enjoy this video, me taking you along for the first purchase, I didn't show you all of it, obviously, but yeah, if you did like it, smash that thumbs up button. Guys, if you are not subscribed, go hit that subscribe. Of course, like always, ring that bell notification. That will notify you every time we drop a new video. And stay tuned to see what we work on next.